Hi there. My name is Birdie, and this is about the 10th time that I've tried to record this audio because I know that the first thing that's going to make somebody click off a video is bad audio. And I've been experiencing bad audio. Um, but hopefully this is the charm, the 10th time. Um, Today, we are going to take a canvas from its blank state to a completely finished and polished state. I'm going to start with the blue underpainting. So here we go. This painting comes from a very blue mood, so that's why I started with the blue underpainting. I felt like it would give a good feeling for the whole painting. It peeks through on some of my colors, giving good textures. I've never done an underpainting before, honestly, but I can see why people do it. And hopefully you can too as we get later in the video. This month has been a particularly rough month for me, which is vulnerable for me to say. I struggle with my mental health a lot, and finding a good mood balance. And I've just really struggled this month, which is raw and vulnerable once again. But I've learned that the people that do the best and create an audience the fastest are people who are 100% authentic. So that's what I am striving to be. This painting took me an entire month to finish. It's for one of my classes, my PPX class, which is a portfolio class. I got to design my own project, which was really cool, and this is part of it. Excuse me adjusting the camera all wildly. I probably should have cut that out of the video, but it's whatever now. Here we're beginning our sketch, which I don't know if I stated this before in the audio, but I did show you that this sketch came from my sketchbook. It was already an idea that I had last month, and I really wanted to expand on it and make multimedia attempt at it. I want to bring it to life, basically, in my own way. This painting is about the times that you're blue and depressed, and the daily tasks get ahead of you, and your mail piles up. I feel like a full mailbox says a lot about somebody. What does it say about me? Probably that I have had a hard time leaving the house recently. Or it might even be that I've had a hard time getting out of bed recently. It definitely means that I'm having a hard time with my everyday tasks, which I know a lot of people do. Mental health, I'm not qualified to speak on it, I don't think. even though I've struggled with mine my entire life. I do think it's an issue though. And I think that inflation and the way the world is right now contributes to a lot of people's depression, anxiety, and many other things. I know that there's not much one person can do to change all of that, but I do know having a creative hobby helps me pull myself out of bed on days that I don't feel like I can do anything. Because if there's one thing I can do, it's pull a paintbrush out and slap some paint on a canvas. Even if it's not pretty, it's fun. And like Pablo Picasso says, art washes away the dust from everyday life. And I find that to be true more and more the older I get, and the more experience I have behind my belt of creating art. Doesn't have to be created for anybody but you. That's something I struggle with too, is getting behind the paintbrush to create for me and to not think about, oh, what can make me money? You know what I mean? It's hard to be an artist in today's world. And I'm sure it was even harder in the times of Pablo Picasso because now we have the digital world where you can advertise and create and post and throw together art every day. And it's like a sea of artists. That's what I find so challenging about today's world of art is your competition. Every single person in this world is creative or should be creative, in my opinion. So going up against the whole world can feel kind of scary at times. I used to think, well, there was lots of things that I used to think about what I would be when I grew up and where my life would go. At one point, I went to school for biomedical science, which, hint, hint, was not the path that I needed to be on, which is why I'm currently enrolled at Full Sail University as a media communications major. I find that the world rushes you and wants you to fit into a box by the time that you're 18. And I think that's a skewed view. I think that the world should be able to be explored and discovered for a lot longer than 18 years before you decide what you want to do for the remaining 60, 70, 80 years. What do you want to do for the rest of your life? Is such a loaded question in my eyes. Which I'm sure is why I ended up in the media and communications field. It's a place where little bits of everything are packed into one degree. So I don't have to settle for just video editing or just mood board making or logo creation. I can do anything I set my mind to, like social media marketing and art and video making and lots of things. There was a point in time where I didn't think college was for me. And that was a scary point in my life because I had no direction really. I was just kind of floating. What can I do for money now? What can I do for money next week? Which I'm sure as a freelancer, when I graduate, I will have some kind of thought process like that once again. But it's not as scary now knowing I enjoy what I do. I will enjoy what I do because every single class that I've been in since I enrolled at Full Sail has been meaningful and beneficial to me in lots of different ways. And I know I've gone off in a large tangent about my school, and you probably don't want to know about that. I don't know, you might. Is this entertaining? Who knows? But we're almost finished with the painting now. I'm adding the last touches with paint actually now. And then in this next clip, here we go, I'm going to be doing the envelopes that go inside the mailbox, which this was really fun for me. What does your mailbox overfill with when it overfills? Mine overfills with things that it probably shouldn't, like bills, mostly hospital bills and medical bills. I didn't include any of those in here this time. This is the one area, though, I think that I would spend a little bit more time on if I had it. I would like to make it a little bit more interactive with notes inside of some of the letters. Here in just a second, you'll see me address one as my mom because she texts me every day to make sure that I'm okay and asks me how I'm doing, which is one of the nicest things she could do for me. One of the things that I need the most on months like these. But I would love to include a note in it and make the mailbox fully interactable, where you can pull the letters out and you can read what's inside. I would also like to make them look more professional. I think that that would add another layer of depth to the painting and expand my creative muscles. Creative muscles. I don't know why I said it like that. Here you can see me actually cutting the canvas. This was something that I did with hesitation because I was scared that it was going to mess the whole thing up, but it made it. After I slit the mailbox opening, I super glued an envelope that was cut in half to the back. And then, oh, you can see right there, the slits aren't big enough. So I fold it. That doesn't work. And then I cut the whole thing out. And that ended up working, which was a risk, but we got to where we wanted to be with it. The reason that I put the envelope on the back is because it holds all of the loose envelopes in the mailbox where they need to be. And you can see I finally figured out how to do it. I folded over about a half of an inch on the big envelopes, and they all fit perfectly. And then you can see me kind of jostling them around and figuring out where they looked the best. And then I add my small envelopes. And we're done. Hi. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. I spent a long time making this video. It took me all month. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. The only thing that I would change about how the canvas turned out is I rushed the envelopes a little bit. I would like to maybe go back and redo the envelopes and maybe add something that's like a letter inside these two in the front and maybe the one from Mom. I think that that would give the whole piece another layer of creativity and depth, and that's something that I would really enjoy. We started from a sketchbook page and we ended up with a finished final product, a polished final product, and I'm really happy with it. I hope that this video turns out as well as the canvas did, and if you stuck around this long and you watched the whole video, I appreciate you, and if you don't mind leaving a like or subscribing, that would mean the world to me. I hope you have a great day. Bye.